quiet people to overcome social anxiety and build confidence connecting with people. I help them to develop their natural strengths and to create a positive lifestyle which helps them thrive. So we all have this split in our minds, the parent-child split. And the message of this video is not to let your inner child control your life. For example, this morning, I didn't feel like doing this live stream. If I listened to my inner child, it would have said, I'm not in the mood. I don't feel up to the task. I'm not ready. Let's do it another day. I'm not motivated. I'm still recovering and resting from lots of work. My inner child would have found a way to talk me out of doing this live stream. But here's the thing. Imagine that we were in hunter-gatherer times, which is where we spent the majority of our evolution as humans. So you're a hunter, and imagine saying that, imagine your kid is feeling sad, not in the best mood. If you decided not to go out and hunt because your kid's feeling sad, that's highly dangerous. So dangerous. Because now you might not be able to provide for your child. And imagine if this becomes a pattern. That's a scary thought. If every time your child is sad, you don't go out to work. This wouldn't be smart. It's much kinder to say, go and play with the crayons, draw some dinosaurs, do some colouring in, have some fun. I'm going to go to work, provide, and we'll go to the cinema over the weekend. You have to think about the future as well as the present. Of course, in the moment, you might not feel like going to work. You might not feel like doing the things that are right for the future. But you have to. It's much kinder to do that. Going out to work and getting jobs done, that's not abandonment. You're getting jobs done and doing work to provide for yourself and your family. That's the mindset. It's the same with the inner child. Imagine if, say, there's a paramedic and the paramedic is called to an emergency. And the paramedic says, do you know what? I'm feeling really, really sad. Feeling down today, feeling a bit deflated. So I'm not going to perform CPR. I'm just not in the mood right now. The paramedic has to say, regardless of how I feel, I'm going to do the right behavior and get the job done. If the paramedic's feeling sad, they can feel sad when they've got the job done. During their leisure time, they can process their emotions then. So in the same way, you can't let the inner child, your inner child, control not just work, but other areas of life as well. You're the parent as well as the child. And your duty is to look after your inner child. And this means grab your life by the horns and lead yourself to a brighter future. Go to the gym. If you have social anxiety, what is step one? Join a gym. Amazing first step. Exercising and anxiety, they go hand in hand. The discipline of exercising and having a routine helps out with anxiety so much. Anxiety is all about messiness, things being out of control, looking ahead to the future, worrying about things. Discipline just chops up that anxiety. And again, you'll have to win that same battle. The parent-child battle, although it's not really a battle, it's a matter of perspective. I know you might not be in the mood right now, but ultimately going to the gym is going to move us forwards in life. I'm the parent, I'm going to make the executive decision and go to the gym. Not letting your emotions stop you from being successful. If you let your emotions get the better of you and you don't go to the gym, on one occasion, what's stopping your emotions controlling you from going to the gym the next time, and the time after? And you might hear phrases like listen to your body. And that's absolutely true. When it comes to rest, do listen to your body, but this isn't about emotions. Listening to your body and knowing when to rest. This is about detecting when you feel tired and when you feel stressed. When there's high levels of stress hormones in your body and you're feeling fatigued, of course you need to rest. That's your body saying, I need time to flush out some toxins, and to get back in balance. But emotions are different. Emotions don't mean you have to rest. Sure, there's times where you might take things a bit slower. And there's times where it might feel natural to go at a faster pace, more intense. But you can't let your emotions stop you from taking actions and building habits that are going to change your life. That would be like saying, I'm not going to hunt because whenever I feel sad, whenever I feel angry, I'm just going to throw the towel in. This would mean that you would get a lot less food for your child. And it's important to trust yourself. How can you fully trust yourself if you let your emotions beat you every single day? That'd be like having your kids saying, don't go out and hunt today. I'm feeling sad, just stay at home. And obviously, there's a duty of care. Of course. But you know that the right decision is that you have to be able to provide food. You do both. But you can't be controlled by your inner child. It would make really, really, really bad decisions. Which is to be expected. Decisions not based on life experience. It's important to not abandon yourself. You can feel however you're feeling. You can express your emotions, get them out there so they're not bothering you, connect with people, be there for your emotions, listen, nurture them. These are all good things. But don't let your emotions stop you from going out to work on your life. Whether that's career, lifestyle, gaining confidence, life skills, whatever it is that you're focused on. And we all know that if you could beat that battle of inner resistance and you could consistently go to work on your life in all areas, you was going to the gym multiple times a week, eating healthy, going to socials, pushing a comfort zone. If you was making the right decisions consistently and you could stick to that on a long-term basis, you don't need me to tell you that your life would look very, very different in 6 months' time. Imagine if you'd won that battle every single day for the past year already. Imagine how different your life would look if you was fully accountable and fully motivated. This is what works. This is why coaching is so valuable. Coaching, you could say, is getting you to win that battle on a regular basis over a long period of time. The long period of time could be 3 months, could be 6 months, could be 2 years. And it's about giving people that strength and motivation and courage to step beyond what they think is their limitations, perceived limitations, and do the things that are going to help them. An amazing discovery that I made in my journey, which I share with clients when it's appropriate. It's a theory that I have, and it seems to hold true. And this is the theory. So we spent most of our evolution in a hunter-gatherer society. Many, 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 many millions of years in this context. And when you behave in a way that would have resulted in success in hunter-gatherer times, you feel good. There's an internal reward system that kicks in. So, for example, consistency. If a hunter consistently shows up, regardless, sometimes there's food, sometimes there's no food, but just keeps on going, disciplined, consistently showing up, that hunter is going to get more food. So consistently showing up is a character trait that would have equaled success in hunter-gatherer times. If you can adopt and apply this character trait now, you'll feel better in your life. These internal reward systems will kick in and release good emotions, telling you that you're on the right path. Keep doing this. And if you think about it, your DNA, it's wired to help you thrive in a hunter-gatherer context. So it wants to guide you on the right path. I'm sure everybody watching this video can relate to this. Think about COVID times. Staying in your room, not going out and not socializing, not connecting with people, this doesn't do you any good. It's a bit like staying in the caves, because of it, the lack of pushing of your comfort zone, the lack of getting out of the house, the lack of socializing makes you feel rubbish. Anxiety gets louder, fear gets louder. It's not good. But when the lockdown was lifted and people got back out there, suddenly they felt a lot better. So firstly, you have to leave the house. If you was in a hunter-gatherer society and you never left the cave, you would never get any food. So of course, your brain's going to tell you that this isn't good. There's going to be some suffering there because your DNA is saying that, or there's a communication that's going on, which is saying that this isn't good. We have to get this guy, this woman, out of the house and get him food. Staying in the caves, this is no good. So we'll make the person feel crap and have anxiety. Then this individual gets disciplined, starts going out there, feels better. You're on the right path. So part of your brain knows this and it rewards you. It makes you feel more confident, makes you feel better. What else is important? Teamwork, social skills. Massively important in a tribal context. So when you go out there and start connecting with people on the same level, cooperating, you're collaborating together, exchanging, it feels good. Feels so much better, feels so much stronger. So much less stress. Bravery and confidence. This also feels good. Ambition feels good. Someone with that drive and passion, they're going to get food. Somebody who's relentless, they're going to get a lot of food as well. So it's about you committing to success in your life, whatever success is to you. It's different for every person. Success for you could be as simple as changing jobs to something that you're going to be happy in. It could be finding a partner and settling down. It might be building your own business. Success might be transforming as a person, growing in social confidence. Success might mean healing from past traumas. Success could mean landing the job of your dreams, traveling the world. It's different for every person. But if you define what success is to you, you commit to that, and you start taking action, you're going to feel a lot better. You have to have direction in life. You can't just be content with being blown along by the currents like a tumbleweed and just ending up where you end up. Otherwise, it's like you're the pinball in a pinball machine. And life is bouncing you around and you just end up where you end up. It's so much better to find personal leadership. You're the one in the driver's seat of your life. You can control where you want to go. But knowing where you want to go is the first step. How can you find the place you're looking for if you don't know what you're looking for? There has to be something to go off. So you need goals, a vision, something to aim for. Start taking action. And when you don't feel in the mood, remind yourself that you can't let your inner child control your life. If you let it control your life once, it can control it on loop for the rest of your days. So regardless of your emotions, choose to be a good parent and make the right decisions. And when you do this, you feel better anyway. And you're actually being kinder to your inner child. You're being kinder. It's okay to feel how you're feeling, whether it's sad, whether you feel irritable, whether you feel stifled, depressed, maybe you feel euphoric. It's okay to feel how you feel, but don't let your feelings control your habits and behaviors. It's too inconsistent. Getting the behavior right is the important thing. Something I've learned in receiving coaching and coaching other people is that emotions catch up to behaviors, not the other way around. So when you change your behavior and you're behaving more confident, you're taking more action, you're overcoming challenges, you're doing the right things, it's okay if your emotions are lagging behind. They will catch up in time. You'll feel more confident in time because you're behaving more confident. But right now, you might be behaving confident but not feeling confident. That's okay. There's a lag in time. Your emotions will catch up. So you're being a better parent when you're doing this. You're listening to your inner child, fully listening, but you're also making the right decisions based on real world experience. You're leading your inner child to a better future and listening at the same time. And this actually makes you happier. It feels good to be doing the right things. There's a sense of alignment there and fulfillment. So, as I mentioned before, um, sometimes I feel like doing the live streams and I'm in the mood to do them. And that's amazing. Other times I'm not because I'm a person and a whole range of emotions can come up. This is the same for everybody. So being a coach doesn't mean that you're above the processes of life. It doesn't mean that you stop being a human. It means that you're able to handle challenges better than the average person. You have tools, you have mindsets, you're able to rise above difficult situations. You're able to overcome things from the past. You're able to get results in your life. You feel happier in general. You're more confident than you were in the past. But you still fully participate in life. There will be times where you don't feel like taking the actions that are actually going to help you out in life. And the key thing is to recognize that and choose to be a parent in that situation rather than a child. Let your parent take the reins. You, this voice that's speaking right now, this is my parent voice. So give the reins to your parent, not your child, and trust that you can look after your inner child, your emotions, how you feel, etc. And there's a lot of power in this. a common habit that a lot of people fall into, people that I've coached, sometimes fall into this pattern. They want to go out and socialize only when they're in a good mood. I'm sure a lot of people can relate. But when you're in a bad mood, you're not feeling good, you might want to lock yourself away from other people. I understand this. There's a tendency to want to be by yourself when you're feeling a certain way. But there's a dangerous side to this as well. If you say, I'm feeling sad today, so I can't go out and connect with people, what you're doing is you're being controlled by a feeling of sadness. And feelings of sadness, it's not like you're going to stop that feeling and it's never going to come back for the rest of your life. It's going to come up on loop for the rest of your days. So why not learn to master it now rather than put it off, knowing that you're going to have to reface those emotions anyway. As well as having the feeling of sadness, you also have life experience. You have values, integrity. You can still go out there and connect with people and learn to not let those emotions stop you. They can actually help you if you allow them to work with you. And sometimes you can feel such strong emotions when you're by yourself, and you might think, I could never have a conversation when I'm feeling like this. But it's actually not true. If you field test it, you go out there and have a conversation when you're in a really, really low mood, you'll realize that you can still connect with people. You actually step outside of your own emotions and you almost forget how you're feeling. They don't get in the way. And that's quite amazing to learn. The professor and teacher, Jordan Peterson, he says that one of the best ways to overcome social anxiety is to stop focusing on yourself and to focus on other people, to shift the focus and pressure away from yourself. And that's the amazing thing that happens when you're in conversations. You're focused on the other person as well as yourself. And what this means is that your own emotions, the volume gets turned down. They're less loud because now only a certain percentage of your attention is on your own emotions. But when you're by yourself, your mind is can ruminate and you're experiencing them turned up to the max on full volume. So it's really, really intense. And this is something that I learned with coaching. Sometimes I'd turn up to a session and I would be in a great mood. Cool, this makes it a lot easier. But there's been times where I've not been in a good mood at all. And I've been thinking, man, I'm in this crazy mood today. I feel weird, I feel sad, I feel defeated. And I'm coaching somebody. How am I going to do that? How am I going to have an impact on this person when I can feel these intense emotions? And I realize that as long as I'm fully committed to helping out the person in front of me, I can always step outside of my own challenges during that time. And afterwards, I feel better for doing so. So next time you don't feel like socializing because you're sad, depressed, not in the mood, what you can do is go out to socialize and focus on giving to somebody else. Ask yourself the question, how can I step outside of my ego, my fear, my insecurities, And my challenge is right now to help out this person who I'm speaking to. You might feel uncomfortable to begin with, but you'll find a way. And afterwards, you'll realize that you feel a lot lighter. And I think the reason that you feel this way is because you've not let your emotions control you. You've proven to yourself that you can still act with integrity, connect with somebody, even when you're not in your best mood. And this is such a valuable life lesson, because imagine how good you're going to be when you're feeling 10 out of 10. It's going to be a lot easier. The same with events. So I've done a live event, a coffee social, once a month consistently for 3 years. And I've had events where I felt great. And I remember one event where I just felt in the worst mood possible before this event. And it was literally on the morning of the event, this really dark, ugly mood came over me. And I was thinking, man, today of all days, why do I have to feel this way? Why can't I just feel normal today? Why do I have to feel sad and down on this day? And I thought, well, let's just do the event. There's people there that I've booked on. I'm just going to turn up and do my best and see what happens. So I went to the event, and it was a smaller event, about 5 people there, sat around having coffee, and I was helping them to reduce anxiety, come out of their shell. And I did the event, wasn't in the best mood. During the event, I felt okay. I felt better than I felt in the morning, but not great. And after the event, I thought, well, I've done it. I've done the event. I'm not really sure how it went. And interestingly, one of the guys from the event, he messaged me the next day saying, Phil, yesterday's event, it really helped me out. I definitely learned some stuff from it, got some value, and he referred his sister to me, who later became a client. And this really, really surprised me. A day when I didn't feel so great, and I thought I'm just not in the best mood for coaching, actually helped somebody out, and it just so happened that it led to a paid client. And that taught me a lesson, which is that you can always give value regardless of how you feel. So many ways you can give value. Just by listening, you can give value. Huge value. Talking to a person who's actually listening feels completely different than talking to a brick wall, talking to an object. There's an interaction going on. Just eye contact, that's an interaction. There's an emotional exchange going on when you're making eye contact with somebody else, a connection. So just by listening, you're providing value. Just by sharing your personality, that's value as well. And stepping out of your own way and letting the conversations go the way they're meant to go, that's valuable too. Other people feel nervous, they feel anxious, and having a friendly face to talk to, that makes them feel better. Sometimes we can underplay our own value, especially when we're not in the best mood. We think that we're not in the best mood today, therefore we can't provide value. We're less valuable. It's not true. Actually, not being in the best mood helps other people out, because everybody relates to feeling like that. And you're giving them permission to not let it stop them. You're helping them out more, quite often. So I think that is really, really interesting. Something that I learned from receiving mentorship, a nice lesson. You can't always be happy. You can't rely on that. You can be happy most of the time, but not all the time. But you can always have connection. That's something that you can rely on. And if you build a good network of support, even just two people who are uplifting, positive, they listen to you, and vice versa, you can always have great connections with those people. You can step outside of your problems, they can step out of theirs, you can enjoy yourself and come away feeling recharged and refreshed. And if people don't have that support system, that's why I've built my in-person community where I do the coffee social events. Is to give people that connection that they might be lacking. And it's important to surround yourself with good people as well, not just anybody. If you surround yourself with people who don't believe in you, that's going to make it harder for you to believe in yourself. So, how other people see you is important. It does make a difference, especially if you're on the journey of beating social anxiety, building self confidence. So, the purpose of my coffee socials is to get people together, to have them get out what's bothering them, to truly connect, feel that support, reassurance, to have fun as well. And it's so simple. It's so simple and it works. And without realizing, when you're sat around a table and you're sharing how you feel, you're sharing yourself, you are actually public speaking. And you might not think of it as public speaking because you're not on a stage. People aren't sat down as an audience, but you are speaking to a table full of people and they're listening. And I know as a coach that public speaking is one of the best ways to reduce social anxiety and build confidence with people. So people get a chance to do some public speaking, to make friends, to actually truly connect, to get the social mask out of the way. There's no mask, no fakeness, to really be themselves. And when you're really being yourself, you get proof that you're safe. It's okay to open up. It's okay to put yourself out there. And this is where the confidence comes from. Being stifled and feeling closed off from people. This is what creates the social anxiety. Isolation, being closed off. And as soon as you start to open up, the social anxiety starts to go down. And opening up can be as simple as making genuine eye contact with somebody. Getting out of your own head, being present, listening, not forcing anything, speaking when you feel a natural impulse to speak. You don't need to become an extrovert, to be something that you're not. Opening up is about being yourself. Imagine that you was really familiar and comfortable with every single person around the table. How would you be then? How would your most confident self be? And that's what is important to aim for. Some people are naturally quiet. They like to observe, listen, and just speak when it feels right. That's fine. There's no rule book saying that you have to speak this many times in a conversation to be viewed as valuable. It's not like that. Being yourself and feeling comfortable doing this is the important thing. We've all heard of quiet confidence. You don't have to be the loudest person. But to contradict myself, if secretly you want to be speaking loads, you want to be talking, but you're not speaking at all, maybe you have an extroverted side to your personality, in which case you letting that out will be more authentic. So it's about taking away the fears, the social fears, feeling more relaxed and connected, and allowing yourself just to trust yourself to be in the moment and speak as often as you want to without any pressure. And if you're interested in going down the route of coaching to overcome social anxiety, get more confident with people, feel good, and be accountable to your goals, I offer the first one-to-one coaching session free of charge. So you can try a session out and decide whether it's helpful and beneficial to you before deciding whether or not to do more sessions. Also, anybody watching this video, you're very welcome to join my community. So I now do 2 live events every single month in Birmingham. I have a smaller event which costs £5 to attend, and this is for up to 15 people. And I then have a larger event with around 60 people that's free to attend, and this is later in the day. And for both of the events, it's a really nice space that we have. So the first coffee social is in a place called the Medicine Bakery in the Mailbox in Birmingham. And we have a whole booth to ourselves. So it's a nice private space. And it's a nice setting as well. And the second event is nearby to the first. And in recent months, it's been at a Starbucks called the Cafe Mal. And they give us the whole cafe to ourselves. But I'm in the process of looking for bigger venues, bigger venues with better acoustics, because I always have to shout when there's 60 people there in that cafe. So feel free to send me an email if you want to try your free taster coaching session, or if you want to come down to one of my live events. Also, the final announcement before closing this live stream is that I'm going to set up a newsletter, and every couple of weeks put something out there, articles to give people tips and advice on managing social anxiety, getting more confident with people, keeping you motivated and on track. So if you want to be added to my mailing list, again, you can email me now and I'll add you once I've got all this stuff together. Until next time, hope that you got value from this video and enjoy the rest of your day.